Check, check.
Checking, not savings, because who has any of those these days? Am I right? What is that?
I do.
I do. And I'm hungry like the world. How's it going, Chief?
And that's the episode for the week.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah. I don't really have much left in me. Cheers.
Introducing the Little Giants Podcast, brought to you by Highlight Hub, hosted by Elric Allison and Joey Riccatelli.
Sting right there. All right, here we are.
Low energy pod here.
We're coming in with the lowest energy. We're borderline anemic. I'm iron deficient.
That's what anemia is. So,
Aren't you actually anemic?
no.
You used to be.
No. I took iron supplements. just
Okay,
because,
so
but, like,
you were virtue signaling because you wanted to be the anemic guy in the classroom.
I didn't do that.
I'm Iron Man.
I'm iron deficient, man.
Bringing awareness to anemia around the world. Woo! All right, the energy's back.
Is it?
Episode 14 of the Little Giants Podcast.
14.
Who would have
Wow.
thought we'd get this far?
One episode for every listener.
Actually,
2 episodes for every listener.
more like 3.
Ouch.
I don't know. We get some good traction on YouTube, more so than anything else.
Good
so.
traction is a very nice way to put it.
Good traction, aka a lot of guys, a lot of Baltimore Ravens fans getting
And
upset with
so
us.
we are now an exclusively Baltimore Ravens podcast. Lamar Jackson is the greatest quarterback who has ever played football.
Number 1.
No doubt about it. Yeah, like better than Tom Brady.
Probably.
No question. Not probably, no question.
I don't want to lose you guys. We appreciate the viewers. We'll say anything you want. But for real, legit, straight up, we're really excited that people are commenting on our stuff, even if they're telling us we suck.
All publicity is good publicity.
I don't agree with that statement when people say that, but
Tell all your friends that we were talking smack about Lamar. Get them to listen. Listen to the whole podcast. We don't actually talk smack about Lamar. We both think he's a really good quarterback.
we're playing the hypotheticals here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think we both said that the Ravens are not going to draft the quarterback.
No, obviously they're not. Obviously they're not. But we're talking about, when we're saying, does he have what it takes, we're talking about to win a Super Bowl by putting a team on his back the way Pat Mahomes does, the way Tom Brady does. It's like,
And we stand by those comments. Unless you get mad at us again, we'll walk them back.
walk the plank. Then again, Joe Flacco won a Super Bowl, so who knows? You know?
Yeah, but that playoff run was amazing.
He was. He did. He put the team on his back, so
Yeah.
maybe Lamar can do that. We swear we didn't mean to hurt you guys. Feelings towards Lamar, but so second episode of the week. You know what that means? We got Would You Rather?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we got parlay picks,
Polly's picks.
and we got power rankings. Whole lot of P and a W.
PPW.
PPW, power plays win.
PPW. It's a Drake lyric.
How about we call it break, and I break your leg?
Oh.
Just kidding.
I'll be sleeping with the fishes.
It's a Sicilian message, my friends. This sucks.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. We're killing it right now.
I don't know about that. Alright, so what are we starting?
I don't know. My headphones are broken. This is awful. Woo! You know what? Let's get the picks out of the way, because I think that's what people like. You always get a decent amount of views on these.
Yeah.
So here come the parlay picks. You know how it goes. You pick 12 games, 1,000-to-1 odds. Always works out.
Always.
1 in 1,000
Especially
times.
if you follow our advice, it will always pay off big time.
Last week, went 7 for 12, 5 for 12, so...
But the first week, I went like 9 for 12.
That's pretty good. Still not winning anything, but...
Well, close though.
Use this as a source and you cross-reference. So, parlay picks, here we go. Starting Kansas City, Las Vegas. Kansas City's favored -7.5. Last time they played, the Raiders won.
I think Kansas City will still win, but I'm taking the Raiders to cover the spread again.
I like that one too, to be honest. I think 7.5 is pretty generous, but then again, I do think it could be a little statement game because the Chiefs weren't super hot. They had a bit of a rough patch there offensively. So I think
the Raiders are out to prove that they're legit. Like, they beat them once and everyone's like, oh yeah, the Chiefs had a bad game, whatever, they didn't play well. The Raiders are out to prove a message. They're 6-3 right now.
Yeah.
That's a legit football team that could go on a run, get hot, and they are built to win the playoffs, if you ask me.
Right.
So I think, they're gonna come to play.
Yeah, I think it'll be I'm gonna say,
yeah.
I'm gonna say that the Chiefs win by 8. So I got the Chiefs to cover. Titans, Ravens. Ravens favored -6. I'm going Ravens.
I think this is the bounce back game for the Titans.
Really?
I think they show up.
I think that the Ravens defense, because Marlon Humphrey was out the week before, I think that he comes back this week, makes a major difference, and they thrash Tennessee.
You think they're going to thrash?
I think they thrash them, dude. I think Tennessee's I think they're more fraud
You think
than
they're
not.
pretenders?
Yeah.
I still think, I don't know who's going to win this game, but I think Tennessee keeps it close. I think these two teams' play styles are really, really similar.
Mm-hmm.
They're both physical teams, and it's like, I don't know, who's going to beat up on who more, right? So
I think Jadeveon Clowney will do his classic over pursuit thing because he's overly athletic and tries to play out of his
he's
scheme.
not good.
So I think that's going to leave a lot of opportunities for Lamar breaking big runs to the outside. That's what I'm going with that. Detroit and Carolina, it's a straight up pick 'em. Who you got?
Give me Carolina.
Is Teddy back?
I'm not sure.
Well, even Steven, I am saying that. Yeah, I'm saying Detroit.
Detroit?
I think Detroit, whenever it's like a close game like that, you always got to.
Actually, you know what? I'm flipping. I'm going to go Detroit too.
All right.
I love Matty Stafford.
Matty Staffs, you gotta love him. No staph infection though. All right, that's fine. Okay, Philly, Cleveland favorited -3. Myles Garrett is not playing.
That's a huge blow for that defense.
Yeah.
You know what? Like, this is exactly the kind of game that I don't trust the Browns in.
Yeah.
And I think I'm gonna go Philly here.
Okay. I'm going Cleveland because I think Porter Gustin, Myles Garrett's backup, he's pretty solid dude.
He's a USC guy.
Yeah. Olivier Vernon's been stepping up a little bit more, and Larry Ogunjobi had a good game last week too. So I think he's gonna really start picking things up. As long as Sandejo isn't on the field too often, they should be all right. New England and Houston. New England's favored -2.
Give me Houston.
Yeah, me too.
Give me Houston.
Yeah, 100%. Pittsburgh, Jacksonville. Pittsburgh favored -10.5.
Give me Pittsburgh. I know Jacksonville plays teams tight.
Yeah.
But I just...
And Pittsburgh's last game that they were favored this high did not go well with the Dallas game. So,
but I do think that, like, it's I don't know. I still, my gut says Pittsburgh is going to cover the spread. I think Jacksonville, like, emptied the tank to hang with Green Bay last week.
Big emotional loss.
Yeah.
I mean, not that it's emotional, like they have a chance to make the playoffs.
But it's still, like, you're going to upset one of the best teams in the league.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to say Jacksonville covers, and it's like at 9 points. I'm going to say it's super close. Jacksonville just covers, but Pittsburgh wins convincingly. Atlanta and New Orleans, the news is out by now. Taysom Hill's starting, not Jameis Winston like we had anticipated and everyone anticipated going into this game.
I am going with the upset here. I'm going with the Falcons.
Birds.
The Falcons have won 3 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
They're starting to do something there.
Yeah.
And it's still a really talented team.
Definitely.
And I just don't know if Taysom Hill is like a full-time starting quarterback.
Right.
And we'll see this week, obviously, because this is the first time he'll have started a game.
Right. And you brought up a good point. Do you think that they're just going to start Taysom Hill and then James is going to come in and end up playing a lot, even if they just do like a split package thing?
And if that's the case, then, maybe they do win. But, right now, there's no way to tell, and I'm just going off the information I have. Taysom Hill starting. I like the Falcons in this one.
Okay. I'm going New Orleans. I think they just edge them out, cover the spread, the 3.5 spread. So I'm going to go New Orleans. I think Sean Payton does enough and coaches enough, and they play up to the level. I don't think they're going to get caught being like, oh, we're going to win. I think everyone will level up and rally around whoever's playing behind center.
Yeah.
Okay, Cincinnati, Washington. Washington favorited -2.
Give me Joe Burrow, baby.
Give me Joe Burrow, Joe Thorough,
Joey B.
Burrow. I like it. Miami, Denver. Miami favored -3.5.
Miami. It's
No
2 a
question.
time.
No question. Keep it rolling. Fourth
Yeah.
win straight. Coming down the pipe. I got Miami as well. New York Jets, LA Chargers. Chargers favored -9.5. That's a crazy line to me.
I'm taking the Jets to cover the spread. I don't trust the Chargers to stomp down any team like that.
Yeah, that's tough, man. But I'm going Chargers.
I hope you're right. I hope you're right.
I hope I am too. Green Bay, Indianapolis. Indianapolis favored -2. Indy's been kind of lighting it up lately, man. If they had like a Justin Herbert, a Tua, they would be on. Dude, if the Colts had Andrew Luck right now, they would probably. It would be them,
They'd be a
KC
Super Bowl
or
team.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
going to Super
for sure.
Bowl. No question.
I'm going to take the Packers in this one, though.
Okay. See, they're another Jekyll and Hyde team that I feel like has had some issues.
Yeah, they do have issues, but Aaron Jones is getting healthier. Alan Lazard is back. And, I don't know. I just think the Packers are seemingly one of those teams this year that play down to teams and kind of like Seattle style.
Yeah.
And they'll play up to a good team except for the Tampa Bay game, obviously. But I still trust Aaron Rodgers in this one.
I think my gut's telling me Colts, man. I think their defense is legit. And as long as they can keep running the ball to Nyheim Hines and Jonathan Taylor, I don't think Green Bay can stop them, and they're going to be playing from behind the 8 ball. So I'm going to go Colts on that one, but just. There's a lot of tight ones this week. Dallas, Minnesota. Minnesota favored -7.5. Who you got?
Give me Minnesota. Andy Dalton's coming back, but I still like the Vikings.
I mean, that doesn't mean all that much to me. Yeah, I'm going Vikings too. Kirk Cousins coming off his first win of prime time, so I think they're going to have some issues with Justin Jay and the chef himself. So there we go. There's the picks for the week.
There's the picks. We differed on a bunch of them, so it's going to be cool to see who ends up with a better record. We weren't recording this whole time?
We've been recording on the video, but not the audio.
You're not my friend.
I'll clip the audio.
What do you mean you'll clip the audio?
I can clip it and I can still upload it to the podcast, but it's
So
just
it is recorded?
The video's recording and there's audio recording from that, but not from the microphone right now.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
You blew it.
I have to beat that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that sucks. Well, might as well keep on going.
Okay. Power rankings. Are you going to hit record now?
No, there's no point.
So are we just scrapping the whole episode?
No, we're not going to scrap it. I'm just saying we'll go like straight from the video.
Oh, okay, cool. Bad audio. I guess I can sit back now. I don't have to lean in towards the mic. Nice.
All right.
Technical difficulties.
Technically. Damn it!
You're like, at the start of the episode, you're like, my headphones are broken. I can't hear anything.
Woo! Good
Classic.
times. Great oldies.
All right.
50. All right.
Power ranking.
Power rankings. Let's do it. As usual, our 1, 2, and 3 spot is exactly the same. So why don't we do those first? Number 1, we got the Steelers.
Still the top dogs. Until they give us a reason to knock them down, they're going to stay at that number 1 spot.
They stay back up again. We might need to talk a little bit louder, but I think we're good. Yeah, they're still rolling, still undefeated, and really nothing that could say otherwise.
Unless Kansas City comes out and stomps this team down, like the Raiders down, and the Steelers kind of lay an egg, even if they win. But if they lay an egg, then we might swap Kansas City and Pittsburgh. But right now, they've given me no reason other than that Cowboys game, and I think that was just a case of playing down.
Right. Woo! Yes, number 2, KC. I think they are like...
It's 1A and 1B.
Yeah, it's 1A and 1B, and like Kansas City's defense is so much better than people have been giving it credit for. So
yeah,
I think like they're going to be a real issue.
They also just signed DeAndre Baker. Did you see that?
No.
So DeAndre Baker, all his charges got dropped because the lawyer that was prosecuting him or whatever got caught for extortion. And so all his charges got dropped, and he just signed with the Chiefs.
Oh wow!
So they're getting a first-round pick for free, and
nice.
if he plays it even close to what he's supposed to be, that's a big addition for their defense, right?
Right. Very true. Tampa Bay, number 3. They're kind of like after last week against Carolina. You just kind of saw the real ability,
the potential of that offense.
Yeah.
And
it was like in the same way that you saw it against Green Bay the 1 week.
And that's the thing, they just need to string together a bunch of games.
Right.
Like, they've just been a little back and forth, like a close call with the Giants and then losing to the Saints. They need to like be consistent in that. Right. In that their performance, because you know that they can put up huge numbers. And it's just... All right. Number 4. Give me the reason for your number 4. Who is it and why? I got Green Bay. I would have Seattle there, but their defense doesn't do anything for me. I don't trust them. Even Jamal Adams coming back, it doesn't... Like, we were just on the horn with our buddy, and me and him both agreed that we think Jamal Adams is insanely overrated.
He's just kind of like an old NFL safety.
Just don't call him a safety. If you want to drop him down to an outside linebacker and just play him in the box exclusively, that's awesome. Yeah. But he is not a deep cover guy at all, and the Seahawks defense in general, like Trey Flowers, is it Trey Flowers? Something Flowers, the corner. Yeah. He's awful. Yeah. I don't like that defense, and Russ has been kind of not playing up to his standard. And so I'm going with Green Bay here just because they're starting to get healthy. That defense is still really talented. I know they didn't play a great game against Jacksonville, but as they start getting their guys back and they start getting in rhythm again, they're very, it might just be Mahomes that I take over Aaron Rodgers. Right.
See, for me, I got Seattle at my number 4. I think last night after that win against Arizona, I thought Russ played really well. I thought their defense did a lot better. Carlos Dunlap had a big game. And I think that addition, and now that he's starting to get comfortable and produce, I think that takes a lot of pressure coverage-wise off Jamal Adams, so he can kind of just lean into what he's good at, which is just being an in-the-box dude and a pass rush guy.
Yeah, and I mean, Seattle's probably my number 6 team.
Yeah.
But it's just, they've been so, their defense has just been so disappointing, and Russell Wilson, apart from last night, his last 4 games, he's thrown 9 touchdowns, 7 picks.
Right.
Like, that's...
I mean, it's not bad if you're Baker Mayfield, but I do think Carlos Hyde coming back makes a big difference. Just like a B minus running back, takes so much pressure off.
I mean, and he looked really good in last night's game.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's
a solid back.
I love his running style. You know, it's just north south. It's no nonsense. And he's the perfect guy for that offense. He's like Marshawn Lynch light.
Right.
You know.
Right. All right. Number 5. We both have the same number 5. It's a team that has not been in the mix since ever.
The 90s.
Since the 90s, but we got those Buffalo Bills.
Welcome to the top 5, Josh Allen. I'm big on the Bills. I know we were kind of wavering because they kind of didn't look great for a couple games in the middle there, but they're back, and the way they play is just so fun to me. You know, Josh Allen looks like he's having fun, and it's like you're just letting your athletes be athletes.
Right. I think Stephon Diggs is like probably a top 5 receiver in the league right now. I think the season he's been having has been pretty ridiculous against good competition. Like, he went to work. I know we talked poorly about Jamal Adams, but I mean, like, he put him on skates. He went to work against Patrick Peterson, even though he's aging. Like,
I wasn't sure if that Stephon Diggs trade was going to work out for the Bills, because I wasn't sure if Josh Allen was going to be a guy that can throw to a receiver that's not a deep receiver.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Stephon Diggs is a route runner. He's gonna be really good in those intermediate routes.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure if Josh Allen was going to be able to hook up with him enough, but they click.
Yeah.
And it's totally changed Josh Allen's game, having a legit number 1.
Right. He's not just like dealing with John Brown and Cole Beasley to, you know, help him out. But I mean, Cole Beasley had a great game against Arizona.
And you know what? They have, for my money, the best corner in the game right now. Tre'Davious White is the best corner to me.
It's pretty freaking good, man. And I feel like there has been a lack of, like, I feel like we went through a bit of a golden age of corners there. It was like Revis, Sherman,
and then Peterson too when he first came in. Like
Joe Hayden was pretty good his first couple of years. Like Eric Tillman, Peanut Tillman.
Eric Tillman isn't that the war bet from the Cardinals?
Pat Tillman.
That's Pat Tillman. Who's Eric Tillman?
I thought that was his name, Peanut. Eric Tillman?
No, he's Charles Tillman.
Charles Tillman, what am I saying? But yeah, there was him, and yeah, there's just like so many good dudes, and like a lot of guys who were on their way out. Like Champ Bailey was good even at the back end of his career.
Yeah,
Namdi Awesome.
But it probably has a lot to do with the rule changes too, though.
Right. Well, that's the thing. There is gonna be that like jump of the next wave of dudes who will start to pop off. Like, I know this is me being a fanboy.
I mean, Denzel Ward's a really good corner.
I think Denzel, like, not for being a smaller dude, he's like physical enough to help out and run support, but he also has like great makeup speed and was really good at breaking up contested balls. So, I mean, Jalen Ramsey's probably the biggest name right now, realistically.
Yeah, Jalen Ramsey. There's going to be a couple guys coming out, not this, the Derek Stingley Jr. from LSU. He's a sophomore right now, so he's got at least one more year after this, but I think I'm calling my shot right now. He's going to be the next great NFL corner.
Bold prediction. Okay. All right. Okay, well, there's the top 5. Check it out. We'll throw up a graphic of it on Instagram. Comment and let us know if you agree or not.
For the final segment,
Would You Rather? Reoccurring
Whoa.
second episode of the week segment. So this week, Elric, would you rather Khalil Mack or Aaron Donald? In the context of starting an NFL team, you are rebuilding. Those are the 2 top guys in the draft. You got the number 1 pick. Who are you taking?
Aaron Donald.
Okay.
It's not close.
Yeah.
People undervalue getting pressure from the inside.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the edge rusher is like the flashiest because you get the most one-on-ones, and you get the blindside hit, and it looks like whoa.
Yeah.
But I think just as valuable is getting like a QB pressure from the inside.
Right.
Because when you're in a quarterback's face, that's like the distress signal, and that's how you get you speed up his internal clock, and it has like way more implications on the entire game than I'd say like one blindside hit.
Right. I would say the same, but I think also having a defensive tackle like that takes such a load off not just the defensive backs like you were saying because of the pressure in the face, but in the run game, your linebackers.
Yeah.
Having someone dictate the middle of the field because the double is usually coming from the center and the guard on most run plays, right?
But the thing I would say about Aaron Donald in the run game is he's not a D tackle that's gonna
sink the double.
Yeah, he's not. He's looking to penetrate always.
Right.
He's not gonna be like, okay, let me eat up these blocks so my linebackers can make the play clean. He's like, I will make the play, which is a great thing, but.
Right. Even still, offensive coordinators are going to plan around him even in the run game, right?
Yeah.
Because the weaker guy is always going to be the other tackle.
For sure.
When he's on the field,
For
right?
sure.
So.
It's Aaron Donald. I thought we were going to do a...
Okay, yeah. We'll do a different one.
Give me your case for Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett
or
Aaron Donald. Okay.
I'm still taking Aaron Donald for the same reasons.
It's pretty close, but the thing with Myles Garrett is the fact that he creates so many turnovers as well. The amount of strip sacks he gets, like Khalil Mack will get a lot of sacks and will cause a lot of disruption, but Myles Garrett turns the corner so fast. I think he has 4 strip sacks this year, and that's led to 28 points for the Browns. And that kind of influence, it's just when you're watching Khalil Mack, you're like, this guy is just
Are we talking Khalil Mack or Aaron Donald versus Myles Garrett?
I'm just saying compared to the two. Just in terms of pass rushers, it's Myles Garrett is so much... Just watching him come off the ball is so much different than watching Khalil Mack come off the ball.
Yeah, Khalil Mack and Myles Garrett, it's not close for me either. I'm taking Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
He's an explosive athlete. He's got more size than Khalil Mack.
Mm-hmm.
More explosiveness, and I think his motor is way higher than Khalil Mack's. That's one thing that always bothers me about Khalil Mack is he will show up and then disappear.
Yeah, definitely. I think that is one thing to be said as well for the edge rush versus tackle thing. With tackle, you're getting 3 downs every drive for the most part, right? So that.
That's why Aaron Donald is so good. He's never taking a play off.
Right.
He's relentless. He plays I can't think of one weakness in his game.
Right.
You can talk about the height, but that's not a weakness to me for Aaron Donald. That's a pre-draft knock on him.
For sure.
But there are no weaknesses in Aaron Donald's game.
I mean, if you still just have long arms, your height doesn't really matter all that much as a defensive lineman. It's John Randall was a 6'2" defensive tackle back in the day too.
He's just he's not as athletic as someone like Myles Garrett. He's a technician, and when you're a technician, when you have when you work so hard on your craft when it comes to hand and footwork, and the way he can flip his hips and get through double teams easily, you can't block him no matter how much physically stronger you are than him because he'll find a way off the block.
Right.
And so maybe Myles Garrett right now wins a lot with his hands, but he also wins a lot just because he's so much more athletic than guys. If Myles Garrett can add the hand and footwork that Aaron Donald has, then Myles Garrett has the potential to be the best pass rusher who ever lived.
Right. It's totally true, man. And it's I mean, if he hadn't swung his helmet at Mason Rudolph last year, he already had 13 sacks, I think, by week 10 last year. It's he could have realistically broken the sack record. It is second season.
See, the thing about that incident last year that worries me is that I don't know if he'll get the Defensive Player of the Year nod because so many people don't like him now.
Right.
And it is, at the end of the day, a subjective award. The best player doesn't always get it.
No. I mean, if you're talking about all-time robberies, dude, J.J. Watt, the year Aaron Rodgers won, because he threw 36 touchdowns and 2 picks or whatever. It was like crazy numbers too. But J.J. Watt had like 19 sacks, scored 4 touchdowns at tight end, like had a couple interceptions. Like it was the most ridiculous performance in terms of all-around playing that you will ever see. Like you'll probably never see that again. Like a defensive end lining up at tight end catching fades.
But the thing is, he got his sacks from all over the defensive line too.
Right.
Like he's getting it from both sides at end, and he's getting it from the 3 tech and the 1 tech. Like that peak, like JJ Watt, he was the most versatile defensive lineman in the league. He was so disruptive in the pass and the run. It's like it bums me out with
JJ Watt or Aaron Donald.
Prime JJ Watt versus prime.
Yeah, they're like you're drafting them knowing what they could be coming out of the league, same age.
I think I still go Aaron Donald.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, see that one to me is like, I think I'm going JJ in that scenario because of like the added dimension of like the leadership thing that comes into, because what that does for a locker room.
Yeah.
I think that changes everything. Like when you see him in Hard Knocks, I think there's like what we've talked about, like the contrived emotion and all that. And like I don't think you get any of that with him. I think he's like,
I
he's
guess
straight up like
Aaron Donald is kind of like a quiet guy. He doesn't seem like
and so is Miles
leader.
Garrett.
Yeah.
So is Miles Garrett. They're both very much like reserved. They'll punch you in the mouth and swing a helmet at you. But it's like with JJ Watt, you're getting like a true game changer and a locker room presence.
Yeah, I mean, I think in that situation, it really is just up to preference.
Yeah.
But you make a good point about the leadership, and like if it's like I'm starting a locker room, I'm not just thinking about like on the field. I'm
That's the
thinking
thing.
off the field too.
You're the first pick because you sucked. You were the worst team. That's in that scenario. I think I'm going JJ because you're going to change the culture right away. It's like having an Ed Reed kind of guy or a Ray Lewis in the locker room.
But now take into account durability.
That too, I would just tell him stop flipping truck tires and just lift weights and do other explosive workouts other than tearing your back apart, you know?
Yeah.
I think there is something to be said with like a coach can reel a guy in, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If you see it, but I think there's a lot of bad coaches who are like more is more versus the less is more approach. It's like you gotta have guys work hard, but you also, you know, football players, like people don't realize a lot of dudes will go until the wheels fall off. Like there's some guys who you can tell who they are, who like, you know,
they'll take care of themselves and they'll be like, something is not right with my body. Let me take a couple practices off.
Then further than that, there's a guy who's like, I'm not going to run the wind sprints at the end and I'm going to fake an injury. And then there's the guy who's like, I'm going to run everything, do every rep and show you what it means to be a tough guy. But then that guy ends up, it's like the nice guys finish last theory, you know? It's like in that scenario, it's like the truest.
Check out Joey's posts on r/nice guys.
Woo! Don't. But I don't even know what that is.
I'll tell you later.
Okay. But yeah, I think that's a crappy thing about being a dude like JJ Watt. It's like, I'm going to give you everything I have, but like at the end of the day.
At the expense of my own longevity and stuff. Yeah.
Because it's like, I feel like his drop off shouldn't be as steep as it's been.
Well, you know,
I mean, with the injuries.
With the injuries, yeah. But he's
sense.
still like, when he is on the field, he's still disruptive.
For sure.
He's not the same guy he was in those years, obviously.
Yeah.
And like, I don't think anyone expects him to be.
No, like 2013 to 2018, he was like just lights out. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it really started in all those Houston, Cincinnati wild card games that would always happen.
When you think about that 2011 draft, how crazy was that draft?
Who was in that one?
So it was Cam Newton first overall, and then you got like Marcel Darius you got Von Miller first. So Cam Newton first, Von Miller second, Marcel Darius third. And then Patrick Peterson, JJ Watt. Like that's a crazy draft.
That's pretty deep. Man, honestly, dude, I think the Von Miller JJ thing is tough too. Was it Alden Smith in that draft too?
Yeah, he was.
Like crazy. Those three guys are
If
like...
Alden Smith had stayed out of trouble,
He would've been the best.
He would have been talked like with those guys, maybe the best. Yeah.
Because like his sack numbers were on par even when he was missing games for like all of his suspensions. Like he was still rolling with all those guys. So I think, yeah, man, that's such a shame.
And Josh Gordon.
Him and Josh Gordon, dude.
Yeah,
Like those
biggest
guys are
wasted
like...
potential stories in like my lifetime, at least. Is
Well,
like
Josh Gordon would have been our Randy Moss.
I remember that the year we went to that Browns game.
Yeah.
Like before that, Josh Gordon had been like, I think like 2 weeks before that was the back-to-back 200-yard games.
Yeah,
it's just like
New England.
When I was watching that, I'm like, holy crap, this is like the next guy.
Yeah.
Like this is the best receiver in the NFL.
100, dude.
He was doing that with like who? Brian Hoyer?
No, it was not Spurgeon Wynn.
Whoa.
I don't know. I was gonna say
Jason Campbell.
Jason Campbell was one of them. And there was another guy, number 6. I forget what his name is. But regardless, he led the league. He had 1,600 yards and like 10 touchdowns, and he only played 13 games. He led the league, missing 3 games. And it's like AB was in the league then. Brandon Marshall was at his peak.
Yeah.
That was the game we saw. It was Alshon Jeffrey's rookie year. Remember how good the Bears used to be?
Yeah, Jay Cutler, Alshon Jeffrey, Brandon Marshall,
Matt
Martellus
Forte.
Bennett, Matt Forte.
Yeah.
Still had Brian Urlacher and
Yeah.
Lance Briggs and stuff.
DN. The DN.
Julius Peppers.
Julius Peppers, yeah.
Yeah.
He was nasty.
Charles Tillman.
Charles Tillman. Oh, good
The good old
times.
days.
Good times.
Josh Gordon.
He tweeted the other day, should I start coaching or keep trying to play? Don't put that on Twitter, dude. You should
Don't
probably
bum me out
retire.
like
You should
that.
probably
Don't
retire.
bum me out like that.
Yeah.
That really is a bummer, man. He was like the most explosive guy. Like you don't see 6'4" guys move like that.
No. Take a slant. Like he was like
Julio Jones but faster.
faster. He was like DK Metcalf but faster. Like
Yeah.
DK is like still kind of like lumbering and
No, I would say he's probably the same speed as DK, but he was like
Quicker
more
twitch.
Yeah, more like crisp of a route runner and
Yeah.
had better hands. Last thing we'll say before we end this podcast, DK Metcalf last night dropped 2 huge passes. One smoked him in the face.
Yeah.
And the other one, he probably had like 30 yards of running room.
Probably could have scored.
It's
Probably
like
could've scored.
it's like once you get that together, then we can start talking about DK as like one of the top receivers in the league.
Yeah.
But like right now, he's just like a big play threat, but not so reliable. And you can see that in Russell Wilson's play, where like in big moments, he's going to lock it.
Right, for sure. And rightfully so. I mean, Lockett's been more of a clutch dude for Russ over the years.
I
but
think they really miss Doug Baldwin right now, too.
dude, he was dope.
Because he was just a slot, get open, I don't need to be fast, I don't need to be like a freak athlete, I'm just going to get open.
Yeah. And him, Jermaine Kearse, Golden Tate back in the day.
Yeah.
That was a good squad. But, I mean, we've been rambling long enough.
This is nice.
It is nice. It is nice. But, I swear to God, if I go behind that camera and it's not recording, I am going to...
Yeah, if
I'm
it's
gonna
not
lose
recording, I'm not recording another
No,
episode.
I'm not at it.
Okay. Alright, cool.
Shot a 71 on the golf course today. That's no big deal. And yes, it was
And
money.
Joey
It was me.
Riccatelli.
Alright. Talk to you
He
later.
drops back to pass. Oh, and he strip sack. It's a fumble. He could go all the way. Touchdown. That's how winning is done. That's why we lift all them weights. It's a game of inches, gentlemen. Respect is earned. Left side. The Little Giants. Your team sucks, see?